I've been home about 20 minutes. I don't know. I worked 8 hours and 8.5 hours today, plus a little bit over, because we had to close boxes and it's for Dunham's. I used to work there previously. But what I find amazing is this bullshit, right? So FLDS tried this bullshit the last time I was there. And here's my supposed route. Now, I never did this garbage. Whatever the hell that is. That is, in fact, not the route that I took. Because I never went to any church. No church today. I went to work all day long. That's not even close. It's very strange how it's... Notice the difference in color of blue, right? That's not even close. Along the way back home, I went all the way out to Tillman and followed that to 469 auto chain or interchange, which is my old beat as an Allen County deputy. That was my beat out in the country, that specific way. That was my jurisdiction out there. Used to be. It's not city limits anymore. Jurisdictions changed. But this is fraudulent. Like, Google's got me fucked up. This, like, the only thing that's truthful about this is my moving around for almost 9 hours. Other than that, like, this ain't even close. I don't know what this scribbly shit is. Where you see the difference in color, it's fraudulent bullshit. It's FLDS, and it's somebody trying to start up a false church. And I know it's FLDS trying to start up a church in Fort Wayne, Indiana. They did this previously. They're corrupt. They've hacked my timeline, and it's because Christopher Bloomfield. Even this isn't right. It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, just like that dumbass song. That's not even close. I'm not going to correct it because it's just not worth my time. But look, this is the proof, though. This is where they tried to start their... Actually, I tried to start a church there. That's the specific location that I picked for my last church. This other garbage way over here and stuff, that never happened. Lures Field. I never went there. I never played at Lures. This is just all garbage. This is all fraudulent bullshit. Yeah. It's all fraudulent bullshit right there. Except for this part. I did go all the way out to Tillman. But this church nonsense, I never tried to do that. That's fraud. Fraud. I'm not FLDS. I'm also not interested in starting a church because, like I've previously explained, I was accused of trying to start a cult. That's not why I got into the business of preaching the gospel. It wasn't. It's not. Even if I went back into the church as far as being a preacher and doing sermons. This is not. This is fraudulent. This is felonious activity. I mean, look, it literally cuts through the map. That never happened. Never happened. It was just more fraudulent bullshit. But what I found amazing is when I got out to the 469 Honor, the interchange, I mean, look, this thing's off the road, and I'm not FLDS. They previously tried to start a church there after I had picked that church as my next church, which was the last time that I had done a sermon after stepping down as, the super church guy and having 2,000 people come to my church every week. But this never happened. I did go out towards Hartsville. I did not go this way, though. This is just like literally across fields and shit. And nope. This is John and China and someone from India and people with illegal access, because I didn't go on to Allen County property. I didn't go off-roading. I went down Tillman. And then I hit Hartsville. And I went all the way up to the 469 Interpass. Like the interchange. And that's where I turned around. So this is actually missing a pretty good part of what I actually did. Because the 469 is right there. So I didn't go off-roading and stuff. And actually I almost ran out of gas because my scooter, I didn't stop and get gas. So I went all the way down here, and it was right here. There's a bridge there. I actually stopped just short, and I turned it around. And then I took Hartsville all the way to almost a railroad. And then all of a sudden, my scooter just shut off on its own. Unexpectedly. And there's only one way that happened. Now, I know what my VIN number is, and the engine VIN, there is only one person that has that, and that would be John from Adventurous Scooters. He doesn't have a right to my property. The sheriff's department doesn't have a right to my property. It shut off. There's some railroad tracks. And it was just short of those railroad tracks. It just shut off. All on its own. And then I saw at a cross street. So let's go back. There's no cross streets on this road except for at Hartsville and I don't think it was Seiler. It was Paulding. Or maybe even a little bit back from that, or I'm trying to think. It was right before some railroad tracks, though. They're notoriously bad for flooding out. But yeah, it just shut off on its own. It started back up, which I really thought it wasn't, because I was like, fuck, this thing's out of gas, and I'm going to have to push it all the way back to Fort Wayne. It started back up. Then I took Hartsville to Moeller, but I didn't do all this crazy shit. Like, what the fuck is this? There's literally businesses and shit there. It's not what happened. I mean, this is all fucked up. This is the same thing that happened when FLDS tried to start this church up and do their pedophile shit in Fort Wayne again. And, you know, then I ran into that black girl using my family's fucking last name at work. I'm not fucking married. I'm single. I've been celibate for almost 6 years. Been celibate for a long time. Celibacy is when you don't have intimate contact with a female. And even since I took my oath of celibacy from being a Tibetan monk, I've tried to have a kid twice, and neither time worked. I don't know if my little guys ain't swimming anymore or what the deal is, but no burrs. That's not what happened at all. Especially not this garbage. This is FLDS doing their fucking bullshit. I'm not trying to start a church. I'm not doing any of that. I didn't go there. I've only been to that location a couple of times, and it was when I was actually trying to start the church, and I had enough money to do it. But I backed out of that because the whole cult thing, and I didn't want to be involved with anything that made me seem like a cult leader, because that's not what I am. I'm a preacher. I love doing sermons. They're great. It's awesome. I love to change people's outlook on life. But this is like going through people's yards and stuff, and like, there's just no way. There's so many fenced in places and stuff. Unless I was in a UFO or some crazy shit, there's no way. Like, and even then, UFO, there's only one, and it's not the route that we take. It's never been a flight path. Never happened. Pretty much all fraudulent. I made it back here. My scooter's not sitting at... I didn't even go on to New Haven Avenue. I took 930 all the way here. And the wind was a blowing. Man, as soon as I turned on to 930, I mean, it was 30-mile-an-hour wind in my face just trying to drain my gasoline. You know, I didn't do anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. These people don't have anything on me. Black people seem to think that they have a right to do whatever, and Chris is a fucking idiot, and this, I mean, the guy that works at the front desk here, he's fraudulent as fuck. He's not a fed, never been a fed, never been a motherfucking thing. He's just a pussy. Rapist. This is just more fucking fraudulent lies. More lies. I didn't go on to county property. I didn't do any of that. I stayed on the road. And the whole time I was like, I was afraid. You know, this is like, it was more of a trip down memory lane for me, going down Tillman and all the way to Hartselle. That was my beat. I used to get in trouble for jurisdictional violations, but my family founded the SCC, and I have a right to go wherever I want to, even though I didn't take my scooter off onto county property or anything. This is just nuts. This is somebody trying to get me in trouble. And the deputy that was out that far, he was violating jurisdiction too. He violated jurisdiction. I know who it is. It's somebody black. It's like, I'm not married. I'm a single guy. Kayla Heron is a fucking fraud. Always will be. The fucking security guard, the Fort Wayne police, all these motherfuckers. Because look, As soon as I got here to the fucking entrance, I was on 930 about to turn in. Boom. Right in front of me, a Fort Wayne cop. And I didn't break any laws at all. I worked my fucking ass off today, actually. Yeah, this is just fraudulent bullshit. I just find it very, very interesting, the two different colors. Uh, yeah. That and the fact that we've all seen this exact trace before. Um, this is not the way that I went, except for a little bit of this at the end. But yeah, my timeline shows this, and it showed me stopping at some grocery store, and I didn't stop at a grocery store. I went straight to work. I went down a trip down memory lane, and I barely made it back here. But I did. Safe and sound. Don't know how. Because somebody sent people out after me. So there's that Kayla Heron bitch using my name at work. She's fraudulent. My ex-girlfriend, the supervisor there, has a mustache like a dude. And I'm like, oh my God. Me and her used to get in huge fights because she wouldn't fucking do anything about that goddamn thing. I never wanted to be the one to say anything to her. I didn't. And the last argument that me and her got into, it was rough. I really liked her. When I showed up at work today, she was wearing the combine shirt that I gave her when I played for the Colts and tried out. The walk-on tryout, they gave me combine equipment, but it was all old. I didn't go through the combine. I used my military veteran status from the United States of America in order to do a walk-on tryout. Which I shouldn't have needed because I was a previous player. I had already played in Dallas and New York and Philadelphia, and I had already won a Stanley Cup by that point, and I held 2 different weight titles in boxing as a licensed fighter, unlike Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather, who couldn't get licensed to fight me. That would have been a life-changing fight for him and me. He would have got his ass whooped. I would have made a bunch of money. I wouldn't be in the position I am now. But I had to back out of that fight because he couldn't get licensed. I obtained my license through the boxing commission in order to fight him. He could not get a license because he's fraudulent. His name's fraudulent. The money that he makes currently is untaxed. It's illegal as fuck. He's a tax evader. I don't like it. I don't. And then the guy at work, he's dating my ex, who I met at the hospital, and we hit it off and dated a while. He ain't got no teeth because he's a fucking meth head and he's got meth mouth. They got a kid together, whatever. It's not my problem. That's all the past. But actually, here's the weird part. I went all the way out towards Hessen Castle. This isn't even close. I passed a good portion. This map's all fucked up. This map is just not even close to being accurate. It's fraudulent. I worked 8+ hours today. I worked my 8.5 plus a little bit over because I was helping close the boxes, and Then I waited for my scooter to warm up in the parking lot for about 5 to 7 minutes or something. I made my way back here. It wasn't raining. It was sprinkling a little bit, but this is fraudulent. Except for a little bit of it. This makes me seem like I went off-roading, and I didn't go off-roading. This is fraudulent bullshit. That fucking sheriff's deputy is a fucking fraud. He's an identity thief. My mom knows who it is. She won't help me. And she fucking sends me a text message and shit. And nah, that bitch needs to get fucked. And I don't mean that in a literal physical sense. I mean it in a metaphorical sense. The bitch needs to leave me alone. She's part of that terrorist bullshit. I don't want nothing to do with it. She did weird shit when I was in the military. She's continued that fucking garbage. She plays her fucking deny bullshit just like Donald Trump wants her to. I told Donald Trump, you ever come near my motherfucking family, dude, I'll fuck you up. Because he's a fraud. He's a pedophile. He's a drug dealer. He got busted by the New York Police Department Vice Squad. Okay, they let me set him up because I'm a pedophile victim. He's a pedophile. They let me have a little bit of motherfucking fun with Donald Trump's bitch ass. And this shit has happened previously. This is like the second or third time. And the only FLDS person that I know of like that would be Mark. Mark is working out where I'm working at. He's one of the guys that I was taught about in high school that's he's done horrible things to people. He's not Mark Herring, he's another guy. I've previously showed you his identification and whatnot. But this is just more fraudulent bullshit. More fraudulent bullshit. The criminality, terrorists have nothing but time. The black community has taken over the United States of America. They've taken over the SEC. They've taken over everything. And it's all illegal. They don't have anything. These people don't have anything on me. These people don't have a medical right to use marijuana. That fucking Adams dude's a motherfucking fraud. He's a piece of fucking trash. He's a fucking identity thief, fraud, illegal practitioner. IU fucking taught him all that stupid shit. I don't want anything to fucking do with the NCAA, the fucking Navy, the military, none of it. I'm leaving this country because of shit like this. It doesn't even show that I made it back here. I mean, my gas is really fucking low, and they were draining the fuck out of it. And I know who it is. It's this little fucking bitch over here that's got hepatitis, and that fucking meth head's fucking bitch ass fucking nurse girlfriend that's my fucking ex, and fuck these people. And it's Chris Bloomfield and his fucking crack connections and shit like that. This is just more proof of wrongdoing against them. The Allen County Sheriff's Department, the state of Indiana, Google, Samsung, all these people, the SEC. I'm not staying in this country. I'm leaving. I mean, this is just, it's just more, it's evidence of wrongdoing against them, not me. I worked my ass off today. In comparison to the last time that I worked there, I was on chemo and radiation, and man, it did not go well. That chemo and radiation fucked my memory all up. I was having a really tough time. I settled right in, you know. All I can say is this is fraudulent. I don't know if it's an attempt to cover up the work I did, but I didn't go out to Monroeville, though. This is fucking hilarious. Like, it really is. I didn't go out that far. This is all fraudulent bullshit. This map is fucked. Like, I don't know what map this is, but it's not even fucking close. It's just more criminal activity against the Allen County Sheriff's Department, Chris Bloomfield, and all these other motherfuckers, and ugh, it's sickening. Then I come back here and fucking these people are trying to drag me into their fucking domestic dispute, and I'm not trying to fucking put up with that bullshit. I have an ex that lives across the fucking little center yard thing here, concrete, whatever the fuck it is, where they filled in the pool because somebody drowned and shit. But she's in a fight with her boyfriend that she fucking left me for. And he's over here fucking knocking on my door trying to tell me I need to fucking go chase her down and she needs to get her property out of his fucking room and shit like that. And look, it's just an attempt to steal my fucking identity further by these terrorists. It is. That's all it is. They know it. I know it. Anybody with a fucking brain in their head knows it. I didn't go off-roading. This is just ridiculous. I'm on fumes now. I'll be surprised if this damn scooter starts tomorrow so I can go to the gas station. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. That damn thing barely has anything in it. Because I did that for a reason, because I was scared of it coming up missing where I was. It's not a good part of Fort Wayne, which technically there is no good part of Fort Wayne. It's all bad. And this is just further proof of it. When there's corruption in the sheriff's department, corruption in the police department, there's corruption in the fucking DEA, the ATF, all the businesses, the state, the U.S. government as a whole. This is the perfect example of why embargo needs to happen. He's calling me his buddy and shit, and it's like, no, dude, we're not buddies. We used to be. I was good friends with that dude, but I don't fucking trust him as far as I could throw his ass. I'm not into throwing people, so no trust. It's like I have no trust fund left because they all fucking bankrupted me. I put in every last fucking penny of my fucking everything. I got nothing. I barely have enough to fucking fill my tank tomorrow and pay rent. And after that, it's a miracle I got back. It really is. I mean, that damn thing. Not only is it on fumes, I mean, it's on the last fumes. The very last fumes. And I probably got enough change to make it there and back tomorrow. Other than that, I'm fucking broke. I don't have a goddamn thing. Nothing. I don't have a pot to piss in. Nothing. This is Kevin Peeper, the pedophile, and Garrett. This is the Fort Wayne Police, Allen County Sheriff's Department, all that. Trying to get me in trouble and gain probable cause. And I didn't go off-road. I was on the road the whole time, and I didn't do anything wrong. I worked a lawful job all day. My life is all fucked up, and it's not my fault. It's greed. It's governmental overthrow. It's treason against other people. Treason. Not as in smoke weed so you get some trees in you. I mean Treason. Treason. There's no other word that explains it. Corruption, treason. I go in this here.